Nepal, do you have a question? Nepal? Nepal?
Yeah, can you hear me okay? Peace.
Yes, I hear you. Go ahead.
I'm not trying to get the $1,000 prize or a reward or whatever award. I just wanted to point something out. I mean, flat earthers, this is like a very, I know they could get touchy. It's a religion that they're following, and they have, it's like what the brother was saying on your interview today. They use a lot of information to try to disprove what has been proven in natural science and natural observation. And I just want to point this out. They don't accept anything when you tell them, people go out, they go out into, the orbit out into outer space.
You're breaking up a little bit. I tried to let it go.
Okay. Oh, well, I didn't know. I know. I'm almost done. I'm not going to stay up here. I just want to bring up a point. So, even if you tell them all the information about outer space and all the satellite pictures, and they don't accept it. And I heard somebody say something about observation. It was one of your guests. He said, "I just go by observation." So I always bring this up to them. In nature, everything in nature, that you look at, seeds, they're round. They're spherical, somewhat, if not, for the most part. Eggs are round. Why can't you address something that we can look at on Earth to be able to, since you're always talking about get a cup of water.
Your audio is not good.
Oh my God. I'm not trying to stay up here, but did you hear my question?
Yeah, but you're going in and out. It's in and out. So
I plugged it in.
And then you got like little stuff messing up when you talk. It's other noise.
Okay.
You probably go out and come back in. Yeah, say something now.
Yeah, can you hear?
It sounds better. It sounds better. I don't know what you did, but it sounds better. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, so anyway, since they're always asking for information, they're always talking about cups of water and all that nonsense. Why don't you address the question I always ask about seeds and eggs? Why are seeds and eggs round? Why is a droplet of water round when it's in experiments? Why don't you address that? Nothing. I mean, they keep on changing their model. First, it was just a flat coin looking thing. Then they realized they couldn't argue well. Then they put a sphere dome over it. I'm talking about through the years. Now this guy's like, it's got some stuff underneath it. But you're just anything besides it being round. You see what I'm saying? It's like, why don't you just admit that everywhere you look around in nature, that you can observe in nature, from at its core, it's going to be round. Creation is round. A spiral, DNA is a spiral. Within a spiral, it's a sphere. I mean, this is a very, very good question for them that they never address fully. They can never prove. I don't need to argue about outer space and water in cups. I want a flat earther to tell me why everything that I can observe in my world, our world today,
got you, sis,
is basically showing up spherical. It's not flat. It's not a hemisphere. It's round. It's a sphere. Can any of you address that?
Yeah, that's a quick one for me. Man.
Your sound is outside, man.
Yeah, we can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, can anyone address that? You got to turn your camera on, Lord Messiah.
Hey, so now we need to deal with Lord Messiah here and saying that the moon and the sun is even with the clouds, right? In reality, we all flew on plane. We all flew on plane. I've been waiting for an hour. Check this out, man.
You gotta let them talk.
Yeah, hey, Messiah, you probably ain't had enough money to be on an airplane, bro. But we all had. And we on airplanes, we definitely fly above the damn clouds. And you can actually look out the plane and look down, depending on the altitude, and say, man, the daggone, man, we're above the clouds, bro.
Didn't Brother Sanchez break down about how he showed the pictures of the pilots flying in the plane over the clouds, looking down at the sun? They were above the sun. So if the sun is 93 million miles away, they damn sure wasn't no 93 million miles in the sky. So how the hell they looking down at the sun? But anyway, the sun is only 6 miles above our head. So is the moon. So is the clouds.
The point is we running into the damn sun. And the answer your man question about how come the sun's shining and we can't see it in damn space. First of all, Earth actually has a atmosphere which reflects the daggone UVA rays and UV rays. It's radiation, man. Like, this is wild to me, man. Sanchez got the brakes beat off of him, right? And y'all still promoting that? Did y'all go see that debate? Did y'all pay to see how bad that man looked in there? No. Y'all still wouldn't be talking all this nonsense. I'm done, man. Go fly in the plane, Soul Messiah. You tripping, yo.
Yeah, so may I respond to Nepal?
Yeah, you can respond. Hey, Messiah, are you of the nation of gods and earths or no?
Brother, I came up in the nation of gods and earths. However, my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is beyond just one particular field of study. So I don't limit
get him in the ring, Saul. See if they want to see him so I can beat the brakes off of him.
All right, may I
speak, brother? Because I'm tired of him interrupting me.
Yeah, I want you, though. Yeah, everybody see I want you.
Set up the debate. That's all you got to do, bro.
Yeah.
Now, though.
Let him speak now.
Set up the debate.
Go ahead, Messiah. Go ahead, brother.
So, peace, Nepal. I wanted to respond to your statement. I think, like, what I was hearing from you, it came to my mind about, like, angles and things of that nature and degrees. So, when you're dealing with a triangle, they say a triangle is 180 degrees. A square can be 360, although it's 4 right angles. A prism or a 5-point star is 72 times 5 is 360. And it's, different angles. A hexagram has 6 sides, you know what I'm saying? And so forth and so forth. The circle is 360 degrees. The spiral is 1,080 degrees. You see what I'm saying? So these are different degrees and angles. And in the universe, you will see all these different degrees and angles. Not everything in the universe per se is circular. You know what I'm saying? It will equal 360 degrees, yes, but it's not necessarily everything is not circular. You know what I'm saying? And as far as one brother was speaking about we not being in space, for anything to exist, it must consume space. You know what I'm saying? So everything is in space. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. Everything is in space.
Right. Everything. Let me rephrase myself. Let me clarify. I know there are different shapes and different angles, but we're talking about creation. I wasn't clear because I'm so tired of repeating myself and never getting a good answer. That was not a good answer. So perhaps I should rephrase it. In creation, DNA is a spiral. Within a spiral, there's a sphere.
It was not a good statement, so maybe you should rephrase that statement. My answer to your statement was right and exact, and let you know that it's not just circles in the universe. It's all kind of shit.
That's fact. Your body, animals, whatever you want to say, cells, even cells are spherical. You get what I'm saying? Now people can say, no, they're different shapes, but they're not. You're not looking at something flat. You're looking at something that is either oval or it's round. That's my point. It's round. At the base of everything in creation, you're going to have something that's round. It's not going to be asymmetrical where there's just a flat bottom and it's a hemisphere.
Diamonds are not round. You understand? Not every fruit from a tree is round. Like, it's a whole lot of things in the universe that are not round. Now you could say like a cell itself, like a base of a cell. The cell is round. Okay, cool. But,
the solidified product of everything in creation is not round. You know what I mean?
It's just half of a sphere. So not one flat earther can get a straight answer on that. Just as you guys talk about, you don't like science and you don't like all this, and science is trying to trick us. But then you still use little bits and pieces of science when it helps your argument. So let's just be like, children in the garden, making basic observations. Seeds are there. Wait a minute. Seeds are there, they're round. Eggs from the chickens are round. What else? We'll throw it out there. Oh, water droplets are.
Basketball rims is round. Krispy Kreme donuts got holes in them.
Round. Anything within a spiral, which DNA is a creation, part of our creation at our core, it's round. So why do you want the earth to be flat?
Okay, so I'm gonna get through this really quick. All of those things that you were naming around, we can see that they're round, and we can actually measure how big an egg is. So my question is, Queen, what experiment can you do to prove that the earth is curving into a sphere and is round like a sphere? There's a difference between being round and a sphere. Like I have a round kitchen table. That doesn't mean that it's a sphere. So people are saying like the sun is a sphere. It's like, no, the moon. I'm like, have you ever seen the other side of the moon? And
I'm saying spherical.
I didn't interrupt you.
I wasn't interrupting really. I'm just saying I'm saying spherical, not flat, round, spherical.
Okay, so I guess my question is, all of those things that you named, yes, we can see and we can prove that they are. So you just want me to believe that the earth is also round in a sphere because of a raindrop, and especially now what I know about water, when water won't behave that way, when nobody can prove large bodies of water can curve into a sphere, let alone spin at 1,000 miles per hour and maintain a spherical shape. So to answer your question, Queen, you need to actually be giving the experiment that proves that the earth is this round sphere that you believe in. Now, can you do that?
Yes, let me answer you. Because of what you
don't focus on what he believes, just prove what he asks.
She gone?
See, people always try to lean on what you say
or
what your information is to try to disprove you or try to prove their point. No, just present your own facts to prove your own point. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to lean off what I said. Just use your own facts to prove your own point, period.
You on mute.
Oh, sorry. Because you won't accept any science, really. You won't accept any type of natural observation. I'm just going to come to you. I don't want to hear about, can you prove the earth? No, you can't prove the earth either. Because you won't accept that people go out of outer space and take photographs. You won't accept any type of pictures from satellites. You won't accept any information that's obvious. The sun and the moon and the clouds are obviously not at the same elevation. That's ridiculous. You won't accept that. So I'm going to step to you with your cognitive dissonance. No disrespect, but I'm telling you, you're really in a religion. You will not look at it. All you can accept is what you see, right? So if all you can accept is what you see.
In religion, they do the opposite. They go off of what they can't see and what they can't prove. We going off of what we can see and what we can prove. They do the very opposite in religion. So I don't know where she's getting that concept from.
Talking about creation. I'm talking about creation. I'm talking about creation. I'm going to say it again. I'm talking about creation. I have to beat that in because you keep saying, well, I need to know what the earth is. You got to look at the microcosm to be able to know what the macrocosm is. You got to look at, because I don't, that's why I bless Ankh and everybody who does all the science and does all the research. That's a waste of their time for people.
Sometimes people just want to show that they know some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't even really have a point to prove. They just want to prove that they know something. You know what I'm saying? And come on, what's the point?
You have to look at the microcosm that's right there in front of you. Your head is round. Okay? I'm serious. Your head is spherical. It's like it doesn't have to be a perfect a ball, but your head is spherical. Organs in your body, for the most part, your heart, it has it's spherical in a sense. You know, I'm using maybe not the greatest word, but it may be obtuse, but it's not flat. It's not. You don't have anything that is natural and that is in creation, that is at its core a part of this world, a part of this earth that is just a semicircle or a hemisphere. They are round. They are symmetrical. When I say round, I mean spherical. You don't have a dome on the top and then a flat part at the bottom. That's not natural. So I'm challenging all of you. I know it hurts. Break this program. You have to look at your natural world around you and say, well, damn, seeds are spherical. Eggs are spherical. My head is spherical. A water droplet is spherical. Why the hell do I want the earth to be flat? That's all.
Right.
All right. Hold on. Let me go on over to T Almighty. T Almighty. L. What's up, brother? You on the call? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, what's up? I don't really have a question to ask anyone in particular, but I just have questions that I feel like we should probably all ask ourselves. And it's like, besides religion, I would say like everybody living would want to know what's in outer space. And if that's something achievable, why is it hardly ever achieved, if ever achieved? And
that's because they never went out. They never went to outer space. They never went to the moon. None of that shit. That shit is all lies. You know what I'm saying? People believe that shit because, you know, they just like to believe in stuff that they can't prove.
Other statement or question would be, is if we've been to outer space, I saw a video where they were saying that for us to fly back to outer space, like, we no longer have the technology, which was crazy to me because I can pretty much say that we all agree that technology has got better over the years.
Right.
And for us to say that we don't have the technology to go back to space, to me.
Are you looking for more in this world? Then we are looking for you.
That's a form of reverse psychology to make you think, well, what they mean we can't go back? They got the technology. We way advanced in technology. Of course we could go back. They never went there in the first place. But that's a reverse psychology trick to make you think, oh, what they mean? They say we can't go back. Of course they can. No, they can't. Because like I said, they never been there in the first place. So that's just a lie. It's reverse psychology to make you think they actually went there in the first place. No.
Add up. And I saw somebody saying, what does it benefit these countries or whatever? I don't know if every country has like their own outer space entity or whatever, but NASA makes a couple $100 billion a year funding, and we hardly know what that money is ever spent for. So I guess that would benefit the government or the United States in some aspect. And then my last statement would be, like, I think, like, if going to outer space is the greatest achievement the United States or any country has ever achieved, why is it that, like, something China or Russia or the United States wants to try to control the resources in outer space if we could go to outer space? Just like we don't know what minerals or other resources that are on the moon and what it could potentially do for us here on the Earth. And to me, I just feel like there's too many questions. And I'm not a flat earther. It just puzzles me why like all these questions. And it's like, just for those that ever been to the moon, like, why is it that anyone have taken a photo or a video saying I'm in outer space? And
right.
I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, go on NASA. They got like to me," and I know someone's gonna say, "Oh, the Earth is too big for us to see it." So how is it that we have anything to even photograph to show that the Earth is circular?
Do you believe that people been to the moon?
I personally don't believe. But I'm not a flat earther. No, I'm not a flat earther, but I don't personally believe anyone has been to the moon.
Rasan L, are you a Moor, brother?
Why does it matter, man?
You don't know.
Always trying to put people in categories and boxes. What the fuck does it matter if he a Moor or whatever he is? He came on to add on to the topic. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Oh, well, see, that's not what the Moors believe. It ain't about what the like. Come on, man. Stop that, man. That's that divide and conquer shit, man. We gotta stop doing that.
All right, what's the Rasan L?
I used to be. You know what I'm saying? We already went over that. I used to be.
Okay, there you go. See it? Well, you used to be a Moor. You still got the title.
I ain't gonna change my name again till I find out. My OG's name from Ben Gassar.
All right, got you, brother. So what's going on, man? You got a question or a statement?
So I got both. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to win. I definitely want to win this flat scam money because they scamming, right? You look at that model you put upside, right? They show the Earth, the flat surface of the Earth is horizontal, but the surface of the sun and the moon and all other planetary bodies, according to their theory, their flat surface would have to be vertical because we see that it's round. If it was horizontal, we wouldn't see that those planetary bodies are round. We would just see a flat, you just see some kind of object in a vacuum of space. But this experiment that Clayton is wanting us to do, he's scamming because he knows we don't have the resources or the money to affect a vacuum around water or to affect the force of gravity or any other force that would be similar to gravity to show that water can be spherical. So I'll take your money and I'll show videos of spherical water in space in the vacuum or even on the atmosphere. If you take away that crazy stipulation that I myself have to do the experiment. Otherwise, we know you scamming. Y'all say that the Earth, this flat surface of Earth, is infinite. Sanchez definitely says the flat surface of Earth, the distance, the length of it is infinite, which means the sun has to travel an infinite amount of space. How do we get sunlight every day if that's the case? How do we get sunlight every day if the flat surface of the Earth is infinite? If the length is infinite, is the width infinite? If it's not infinite, what is the distance of the dimensions of the width of the Earth and the length of the Earth? Because the sun has to travel over this distance, the length or the width, go under the Earth, that bottom of the Earth, and then come back around every day to create a cycle. That's how you measure. That's how you give a measurement of how long it takes the light to travel. So your experimentation that you want, Clayton Holmes, is a scam. You know you can only win if we have to do it ourselves because we don't have the resources or the money to affect those conditions we need to make an experimentation actually be an actual scientific experiment.
Okay.
I need my mic.
Just real quick with the answer to that, sir. So, family, he said I'm scamming when I'm asking you to simply go get some water and simply prove to me what you believe about it. And he's saying to me that that's a scam. So I'll pass with that.
All right. Let me go to Ronald Perkins. Ronald Perkins, you up next, brother. What's happening?
How's everybody doing? Thanks, Asaf, for the invite. So just a couple of questions. I'm a spherical Earth person. I believe in the science, not in the flat Earth theory or model. So some questions for Brother Clayton. So, and maybe the brother just spoke, just kind of stole a little bit of my thunder. In the round Earth model, we believe, or we know that the Earth is 25,000 miles in circumference with about 260 billion cubic miles of volume. What are those similar numbers for the flat Earth?
I'm not sure, my brother, and you're spewing indoctrination to me off.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm talking from my model. I want to know it from your model. And the reason for that is because The Earth is roughly, based on my model, the Earth is roughly 21 million times bigger than I am. That's why it looks flat to us. It's all about perspective. Now I'm trying to figure out from your model, what are the dimensions? What's the volume? What's the width, length, breadth? Give me those numbers so we can understand, so we can go, toe to toe.
Okay. So I don't know how long you've been listening, and you sound like you're a scholarly person. You did a good job of remembering what they taught us. So now you want to challenge me on that. And I just want to say, I'm not going to entertain these questions because I have the simplest question on the table. I am asking you, my brother, can you simply go get me some water and just let me see what you believe about it?
Well, maybe a better example.
Hold on.
I can give you a better model.
Hold on, bro. And if you can't do that, I'm talking about experiments. I don't want to deal. And I remember the number width in the earth. I deal in experiments, family.
But there's a reason. There's a reason I'm asking these questions.
Come on, bro. I was quiet when y'all talk. Y'all always do.
I apologize. You're right.
Hey, and I swear I'm not going to be long-winded. So, my brother, please hear what I'm saying. Don't ask me no deep questions like that. I don't.
Okay.
Not sure about them. All I know is the earth is flat and water is my 100% proof, and you need to be disputing that, especially for $1,000, my brother.
But that's the reason I'm asking these questions.
Right. Hey, Ronald, yes. I would say direct your questions to Lord Messiah. He is also a flat earthling.
Okay. Is he on the
show? I think he might be a little better on answering the question.
I'm not a flat earther in the sense of whatever people may think that term means.
Yeah.
I understand the science that I understand, and I'll explain it.
Do you want to explain the brother question to Clayton? Ask again, Brother Ronald.
Yes. So I'm trying to understand the dimensions of the flat Earth from your model. I gave it from our model, from the spherical perspective.
Right.
I'm really trying to understand it now from the flat Earth model, so that we can have just a very quick dialogue.
So due to my understanding, what I think is that the Earth, like I said, it's round in its circumference.
Okay.
Not like in a spherical or circular type way, but it's round in circumference and flat on its surface. See what I'm saying? So the surface of the Earth is flat. You know what I'm saying?
So what are the dimensions of?
Say again?
What are the dimensions? What are the dimensions?
So then I would bear witness what you just said, approximately 25,000 miles in circumference.
Okay.
And then I would bear witness that the radius or the diameter of that would be 7,926 miles, which would make the diameter would be 7,926 miles, which would make the radius, which is half of that, 3,963 miles. So the core of the Earth will be approximately 4,000 miles away from the surface.
So you're basically saying that it's roughly the same dimensions as my model then? That's what you're saying? Because we believe that the diameter is 8,000, radius is 4,000, circumference is 25,000.
So approximately right there. Like, I ain't going to argue, well, no, I'm right, you're right, exactly.
No, it's not an argument. I'm just trying to understand, trying to get some understanding. So if that's the case, then the ratio of say, take a 6-foot man, put him on my model, it's going to be 22 million times bigger than I am, say if I'm a 6-foot man. It's going to be the same thing on your model too. And that's why it looks flat. If you take the basketball model again, everybody's always saying the flat earthers say, well, you look at a basketball, it's down a basketball. There's no way it looks round. Yeah, of course, because we're that much bigger than a basketball. But if you take a microbe and you put the microbe on the basketball, then it's going to look flat to that microbe because the scaling is correct at that point. That's why the Earth looks apparently flat to us as human beings. But if you change perspective and you go up 200 miles where the space station is, then you can see the Earth in all of its roundness. You can see.
Thank you for taking the next step in becoming a Cooler Ice vending machine owner. If you have thought about what a second...
See it rotating at 1,000 miles per hour. You can see all of these things happening based off of those types of technologies that we now have as human beings. Would you agree with that?
The rotation of the Earth, the speed, I can't necessarily agree with because, like the brother did bring up a good point about the helicopter. If you go up in a helicopter and you just hover for, say, an hour or so, and then you come back down. If the Earth is rotating, you should not be land in the same spot that you covered from.
And that's a good point. I mean, again, it's about the fact is that everything on the Earth or near the Earth is also rotating at the same speed as the Earth. So right now, while we're sitting in our homes and watching this wonderful show, we're also spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. We just don't feel it because of inertia. Just don't feel it. So a helicopter, a few hundred feet up, is still spinning at that same 1,000 miles an hour as the Earth is. So he comes down and come down in the same spot.
Because when helicopters are trying to find a criminal and a criminal is on the run, the helicopter may be hovering in one spot, but they're moving that light around, the spotlight around to follow the criminal. So if the Earth is moving that fast, how are they gonna control the light to keep the light on the criminal running, the fugitive running, if they're moving at 1,000 miles an hour and then they're trying to keep the light on him? Like, come on, man, that doesn't even make sense, man. You know what I'm saying? Because now you have to account that the speed that the person is running, they're trying to keep the light on him. They're moving at 1,000 plus miles an hour, but yet hovering in one space in the air while the criminal is still moving. Now, is he moving 1,000 miles an hour too? Because he ain't running no 1,000 miles an hour. You know what I'm saying? He's running maybe 10, 15 miles an hour or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It don't make sense.
So then that means that gravity wouldn't exist, because that means that everything that's moving in motion in the universe is defying gravity.
No, that actually means that gravity does exist. No, it's the opposite of what you're saying. That means opposite.
Because check it, because gravity, by definition, it says the force that pulls two objects toward each other.
Yeah.
So that means everything in the universe would be colliding. Like he mentioned with the eclipse, the sun and moon don't collide; they pass by each other.
Yeah.
But they don't collide. Now, due to gravity, if they came that close to each other, they should be sucked in together and collide.
No, because so gravity is pulling you and me down because we're on the surface of the Earth. No. A helicopter, gravity is still pulling a helicopter also, except it's using lift to be able to defy gravity to a certain extent. But it's the motion of the helicopter itself in relationship to the Earth is still 1,000 miles an hour. It just proves the facts. It's not my theory. It's facts. It's science.
No. If I jump up in the air and I come back down, I should be in a different spot. If the Earth
no, you won't. You won't be in a different spot because, again, when you jump up in the air, you're still moving relative to the Earth at that 1,000 miles an hour. You'll be in the exact same spot. If you jump vertically up in the air.
You ever been in a gravitron? What happens at the circus? You know,
I've been in like.
All right, so check this out. So if you're on a basketball court, right, they say the Earth is supposed to be spinning, right? Let's say it's spinning east, right? You're on a basketball court. You got a basketball court at the east direction and the west direction. Now, if the Earth is moving so fast, right, whenever you shoot the ball east, then the ball should go at the same speed as the Earth, and then you're able to sink the ball into the basket. But if you're shooting the ball west, opposite of the Earth's rotation, then or speed or whatever, then when you shoot that ball, the Earth is moving that fast, which makes your ball be going the opposite direction. Then you should not be able to. It shouldn't add up with your ball sinking in the hoop because the ball is going a different speed than the Earth moving so fast. Unless you're shooting that ball at 1,000 miles an hour, and we're not doing that, obviously. So it wouldn't add up. The mathematics wouldn't add up for you to shoot the ball into the hoop. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That don't make sense. So what I'm saying with him, he talking about the inertia and all of that. Inertia means the opposite force. So say, for example, you riding on, remember when you was little, you rode on the handlebars, you know what I'm saying? But then you get to the end of the hill, you're going down the hill, you're going mad fast, and a person trying to jam on the brakes. When they jam on the brakes, the bike is going to stop, but the weight, the speed, and the velocity that you were moving, your body is going to still go forward. So you're going to fall off of the bike. See what I'm saying? You're going to fall off the handlebars because he jammed on the brakes and stopped the bike, but your body weight was still going forward. So the same thing as to where if you jumped up in the air, your gravity keeping us stuck to the Earth. So being stuck to the Earth, we should move at the same speed as the Earth. But when you jump up in the air, you're defying gravity. Now you're stuck in the air. Now the earth is moving under your feet at 1,000 miles an hour. When you come back down, you should be in a different spot. Period. But no, you jump in the air and you're also moving at 1,000 miles an hour. Come on, man. Stop the BS, man. Stop. It's nonsense.
At the circus, the fairs and stuff, these gravitrons, that's not gravity. That's centrifugal force that they're measuring.
So if that was going on all day, that's the type of force it would give off in life in general.
Centrifugal force is different than gravitational force.
He just said it's the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why
he just said it's the same thing. Oh, that's a centrifugal force that it's giving off. No. Man, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
We couldn't be going against with the atmosphere at that speed due to inertia. The atmosphere would be going against us, like, you know what I mean? But I ain't gonna go on that all day because I know we got other.
All right. Oh, shit. Let me move on over to Brother Lai. Brother Lai, you on the call? Brother Lai. You don't hear me?
Peace. Okay, peace everybody on the panel. Peace.
Peace, brother. Peace.
I mean, it seems like we're going around and around in circles in regards to this flat earth theory. First and foremost, let's just call it for what it is, a scientific word for it. It's called an obloid spheroid. Second of all, you're always talking about going to space, but we can't get to the depths of the ocean. It's just that simple.
Are you making a comment to me or just making a general comment?
A general comment in regards to this flat earth theory. And then they said the brother said he seen the ice wall. When he said that, he never disputed it. So evidently he did see it. If you saw the ice wall, brother, what did it look like?
Come on, Clayton.
Yeah.
Hey, Sarnetta, I seen photos of the ice wall, Sarnetta.
Oh, come on, brother.
So when I say I seen the ice wall, look at how childish y'all taking this.
Nah, I'm not taking it childish at all, King. I'm not. If I see a box that's fabric softening sheets, I seen these fabric softening sheets. If you said you seen an ice wall, you saw ice wall. I'm asking you, what did it look like?
Answer it up. So let me clear up the confusion. And I hope because when I say I've seen the ice wall, I've seen photos of it. That's what I mean when I seen the ice wall. But y'all want people to think that I actually flew and saw the ice wall. Stop it. And here's my last thing, son. What proof is anybody providing right now to prove anything with an experiment about please? He come with a theory attacking me. And what proof is anybody providing, Sarnetta?
Get out of the side.
What Sarnetta?
Them ice wall photos were Photoshop.
And everybody talking over me.
Them ice wall photos were Photoshop.
All right.
The brother that spoke, as you see, Sonnet, as always, I'll say something, I'm always still, quiet. I never spoke over you, brother. It wasn't me. I never spoke over you. If you said I saw pictures, we wouldn't even have this conversation.
I just cleared that up, bro. Move on.
But you didn't clear it up from when it came out your mouth for the first time.
Bro, move on.
All right. Let's go to Revelation X. You on the call, brother.
Thank you, sir. Peace to everybody on the panel. Brother Allah, assalamu alaikum aki.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Oh, well, yes, sir. Okay, now this is for my brother. Oh, man, I almost called you Cedric. What is your name, sir? I'm sorry.
Brother Clayton.
Okay, thank you. Brother Clayton, how you doing today, sir? You good, sir?
Overall, I'm doing great, my brother.
Okay, now, Clayton, my question is for you, and it's actually about your question, so I'm really hoping that you give me an answer. But I just want you to walk with me a little bit, because I understand what you were saying. You said, and I did it. I took the water, I put it in a cup, not in a glass. And Clayton, you're right. It actually leveled out. It was flat. But I also, I was like, there's 4 elements: water, earth, wind, and with earth, water, and wind.
No, there's 7 elements: earth, water, fire, air, sound, light, and thought. Or you could say ether. There's 7 elements, 7 major elements.
Clayton, this is what I did. And this is what and you can tell me if I'm wrong. All the other elements did the same thing. Case in point, if I took a balloon and I blew it up, the element of wind would take the shape of the balloon because basically all elements are subjected to curvature. If you take fire and you know, like a house, inside the house is full of fire, the fire would take shape of the house and consume the house. If you took sand and you put the sand in the same cup, Clayton, I can level out the sand in the cup. It's not just water. So my
also, if you think of a light bulb, the light inside the bulb takes the shape of the light bulb.
Question basically to you, my brother, is how does this prove that
the thoughts in your mind take the shape in the physical atmosphere? You know what I'm saying? The thoughts in, you know what I mean, around you, your aura take the shape in the physical atmosphere. Even your body, you know what I'm saying? You shape your mind mentally as you work out. Which shows you have the powers to mentally manipulate your cells. The mind alters the body.
Flat, sir. Because I did do the experiment. I did do it. But how does that prove that?
Hey, I really hate like repeating myself, and I try to be as quick as I can, family. My 100% proof that the earth is flat is water. Because it will never, ever, large bodies of it that you're going to see with your own eyes curve into a sphere and spin at 1,000 miles per hour. That is impossible. You cannot prove it by going to get water. So family, I can't get no simpler than my 100% proof. And I have money on the table for anybody that wants to honestly challenge me. And Sonetta, please don't let nobody come on here and say, hey, Clayton, give me my $1,000 and then throw it. Hold on.
I don't want the money. I just want to understand you, brother. I don't want the money.
Bro, stop, man. I'm almost done, bro.
I'm sorry.
You need to stop doing that to me, man. Again, it hadn't even been a minute, man. Just hold on.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
I don't even repeat myself like y'all do. Y'all keep repeating y'all questions to me. And y'all
Clayton, I'm sorry. Continue, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What I was saying is, please don't let nobody else come on this show and say, I want my $1,000 and then perform some bullshit experiment when I've already said, if you can't prove it, you owe me $1,000. Now,
you keep talking about a Bank King and ain't nobody said nothing about no $1,000. Ain't nobody said nothing about no paper.
Bruh, stop it, man. Y'all let me finish. Damn. All I'm saying is, if you want to challenge me, family, anybody on this panel that want to challenge me to that, just come on and say, Clayton, yes, I accept your bet that I can prove what I know about water, that it curves into a sphere. And you can't prove that whatever you put it in, it's going to take the shape of it and level out. We got $1,000 on it. Now, I'm going to go get water. I'm going to show you the videos of me using water to prove what I know about it. And so I'm asking you to go get water. So if you think that is some kind of scam, man, that's the simplest thing you can do with somebody. I'm at the most simple.
Grandpa, when I found the bird, I prayed.
Simplest thing. And y'all arguing with me and water. Y'all need to be ashamed of yourself. Ain't nobody coming with no type of no experiment. Come with an experiment and stop asking me questions. Come with an experiment to prove what you believe about living on a sphere made mostly of water, family. And I'll yield with that.
Clayton, I just used your experiment, sir, but I'm asking you, how does it prove? That's all I'm asking. How does your experiment that you're talking about, without all of the semantics, sir, how does it prove that the earth is flat? That's all I'm asking.
Because water levels out. Water seeks it level. Water is always going to level out. That is my proof. It is never going to curve. You ain't going to see no pond, no swimming pool. You're not going to see no lake. You're never going to see no river. You might see a water falling, but when you see water falling off a waterfall, it breaks up. And then it gathers in a pool again until it's contained. You ain't ever going to see water curving into no sphere, family. And y'all arguing with me about this.
Okay, so Clayton, if I had a sphere and I can fill it with water, are you telling me that the water didn't just curve into a spear if I can fill it with water, Clayton?
And you put it in what type of a container? You put it in a container that is a sphere.
Better than anything, Clayton. It's going to take the form. So what are you saying?
Hey, brother, let's move on, Sarnetta. I'm repeating myself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he did say that already.
Thanks, sir. He couldn't answer. That's it.
No, he said that already. Y'all asking the same shit over and over again.
Can I ask a question real quick?
I just want to say Clayton lied.
This is when people can't fathom things. They can't put it together in their mind because they are stuck on the indoctrination. So they can't fathom these things. So once a person changes their mind, shift their mental paradigm, then they can see something different to make them think differently. And when you think differently, you'll start to shape a different vision in your mind. And then you'll see things differently. Not the same way you used to. So if like Starnet asked me earlier, so it's like you going against all the scientists. Are you smarter than all the scientists? It ain't about being smarter than them. It's just about thinking differently. They are all obviously promoting the same BS that they've been promoting for the longest time. Once we start to use our own mind and think for ourselves, we will come up with different conclusions, obviously. And like people need to realize that we're smart and intelligent enough to do so. If you don't think you're smart enough to do that, then, man, just go kill yourself. For real, man. Like, you might as well just, like, jump off a cliff or some shit. Like, what are you worth, man? You don't think you smart? You don't think you could do nothing? Like, come on, man. These people, don't let these people feed you all the info to think off of. Think of your own thoughts. Anyway.
And then this is not towards Clayton, it's towards the other brother I really can't see. The older gentleman, the bottom.
And no, I am not telling people to go kill themselves. Let me put my disclaimer out there. Of course not. I was being sarcastic, okay? Come on now. But anyway.
Left. You guys were talking about a helicopter. I don't know. I'm not trying to say this is like I got you. But it just hit my mind. How fast does the Earth spin? Can you guys tell me that?
Yes, the Earth rotates at about 1,000 miles an hour.
Okay. So how if the Earth spins at 1,000 miles?
According to the lessons, the 6th degree, not the 6th degree, 7th degree, how fast is our planet travel? Answer 1,037 1/3 miles per hour, according to the 1 to 40.
How does a plane fly in the opposite direction of the Earth's spin?
Thank you. Exactly. How does a plane fly in the opposite direction of that? If everything is spinning and going so fast, come on, man, make it make sense.
Again, it's because the plane uses propulsion, right? The plane can fly in any direction. It wants to north, south, east, west.
But the plane isn't faster than the Earth's rotation, though.
Exactly.
So if it's flying in the opposite direction, how does that work? If it's going
exactly, just like I said about the basketball, if you're shooting the basketball in the opposite direction, you're not shooting that basketball at 1,000 miles per hour, so it's not going to add up with the speed to make it into the hoop. And it's really, you would have to shoot it at like minus 1,000 miles per hour to make it fit in the hoop because the atmosphere and the Earth is going against you 1,000 miles as you're shooting that ball the opposite direction. So you would have to shoot it backwards kind of so it adds up to, I don't know, man. That shit is just crazy. Anyway, shit don't add up.
Because I know, can I ask you one question? Okay, maybe it's simplified. All right, so if you was to run on a treadmill and the treadmill was going, let's say, 20 miles per hour, and instead of you facing the treadmill and you're running the opposite direction, do you think you would be able to stay on that treadmill?
No, it's negative. So let me explain the science behind speed. Speed is a vector, right? So if you're on a train, let's say the train is going 100 miles an hour.
Okay.
Right? So that means that you're going 100 miles an hour because the train's moving 100 miles an hour, right? You agree with that?
Okay, so look, let's say you standing on the side of the track. You're walking down the side of the train track, and you're like, oh shit, the train is coming. So you move over a little bit to the side, right? Now you're walking down that train track. That train is moving too. Now, are you moving at 1,000 miles per hour and the train is moving at 1,100 miles per hour? Because the train is moving faster than you. So, like, come on, man. That shit don't make no damn sense, man. That shit they talking, it don't add up, man.
If you stand up on the train and you start walking, let's say 2 or 3 miles an hour, all of a sudden your relative speed is 100 miles per hour plus 3 miles an hour. So you're actually moving at 103 miles an hour.
No, man, no. See what I'm saying? Like, no. That makes no damn sense. Come on. So anyway, I ain't even gonna boggle my mind on that stupid shit.
So it's a vector.
So if that's the case, so what if you walk the opposite direction of that the train is moving? So are you moving 90? If the train is moving, are you moving 997 miles per hour because you're walking the opposite direction? Like, come on, man. Nah.
An airplane, when it's flying across the earth, around the earth.
And see, because look, now let's say if you're walking in the opposite direction, would you be walking 997 miles per hour because you're walking in the opposite direction? And then let's say if you're like saying the fourth car of the train, like from the front, from where it's moving, right? And then somebody that's in the last car of the train, if they're sitting down in their seat, they're still. And if they say the train is moving the same speed as the earth and all that, or however fast the train is moving, that person sitting still is moving the same speed as the train. But if you're walking backward toward that person and your speed is now decreasing because you're walking backwards, right? But all in all, whether you're standing up, moving backwards, or sitting still like that person in the last car, ultimately you're on the whole train itself. And if the whole train itself, regardless if you're moving around on the train, the whole train itself is moving at a particular speed, then whether, like I say, the person sitting down in the last car of the train or you walking backward toward that way, you're all moving at the same speed, man. Like BS, man. Like, see, when this shit he talking just don't make sense. They don't think shit all the way out like that. But anyway, let's go.
It's speed plus the speed of the earth. The speed of the earth is really unknown. I mean, it's not unknown. It's 1,000 miles an hour, but
now it's unknown. See, that don't even make no sense. No, the speed of the train may be unknown because you say the speed of the earth is 1,000 miles per hour. So how fast is the train moving? And then on top of that, we know the train don't move 1,000 miles per hour. So the movement of the train would actually be slower than the movement of the earth. But yet, if you're standing still on the earth, like I said, walking down the side of the train track, and the train passes you, but yet they saying that you moving at 1,000 miles an hour, the same speed of the earth, but yet the train is slower than 1,000 miles per hour, but the train speeds past you. See what I'm saying? So, but you're supposed to be moving at 1,000 miles per hour, same speed as the earth, but the train moving slower than 1,000 miles per hour passes by you. See how that makes no sense? That doesn't add up. Man, put me in a debate with these dudes, man, and I will eat these dudes up, man. They make no damn sense.
That's how you're able to measure the speed of the airplane. That's 300 miles an hour or 200 miles an hour. That's how you measure.
Exactly. If you're on a train traveling in one direction, when you walk through the train in the opposite direction, you're not standing still. It's not stopping you from going in the opposite direction.
Exactly.
What kind of question is that?
Right. I understand your question, but
see, this
I'm
man,
just saying that.
See, brother, right there, Rasan L. He thinks logically. He's not thinking of indoctrination. He's using his natural mind. Like, hold up, wait a minute, man. That don't even make no sense. Exactly. Come on, y'all, use your brain.
It's a vector. Velocity is a vector. So that's how you do it.
All right. So I want to thank y'all, brothers. I got another show coming up right now, and the topic is dealing with the origin of Satan. You know, if anybody would like to come on, I like the brother Ronald Perkins. He appears to be a scientist. I like that brother. He brings some good questions and some answers. And if anybody would like to come on again and do their own show, hit me up, hit my email up, and let's get it in. This is.
You ain't gonna have Lord Messiah come on and do the show, brother.
What my brother Alkaline City have done. And so I got a show coming up. I interviewed him. He came. He's gonna be met up, and the brother's gonna be dealing. Hey, man, he gonna be dealing with. Brother Lon got me laughing, man. He's gonna be dealing.
You know that brother Alkaline City is crazy.
He's gonna be dealing with the origin of Satan. So, hey, I'm ready to sit back. I give everybody a voice. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets a voice over here on the HOK.
Hold on, son.
I hope you know.
Alkaline is gonna be doing the origin, son.
Say that again.
Alkaline City's doing the origin.
Yes, Alkaline City is pretty good. I think you need to stay with the food. I'm saying when I say pretty good, I'm talking about when it comes to the health and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know.
Though, other than that,
that one was good. That one was dope.
Yeah. So
peace. Yeah. So that's part 2 of this flat Earth theory, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So tune into the next video. I don't know what it's gonna be on, but y'all know it's got some high sides for y'all, man. But yeah, y'all go back over this, watch this, man, and just think about the stuff that was said, man.